See, uh, I decided to come on the floor because I'm trying to hide it because I'm actually doing all of my bedding. Oh, and I'm having an off day as it is. You know, my hair's not done, my nails aren't done. Let's just take a moment. And then my phone is not trying to be charged. And I have it plugged in right now, so you guys are seeing a lot in the rough. But we gonna keep it real. We about to keep it as real as we possibly can, right? So you can't see me that well over here. Y'all, yes, my closet, these are all clean clothes. Even this thing is clean. It's too many clothes for a person who works from home. And I don't even understand how I'm wearing all these clothes, but it's just way too many. It's just too many clothes. Too many clothes, too much cleaning, too much life. You know, I am trying to live my little small African American life. And then it's like I don't like to talk about these big media blitzes because like they really weigh heavily on me because number one, I'm an overthinker. Number two, this room, I know y'all gonna be judging me, but I guess y'all just gonna have to judge me because I'm washing my bed sheets, okay? And I haven't ordered my bedroom furniture, so yeah. We had Christmas, we've been traveling, all that kind of stuff, but man, this room is messy. Man, I can't win. We gonna win this today though. We're gonna win this. Judge me later, okay? If you see a bedroom suit that you like, let me know because I haven't really been able to find one that I really like. Anyway, so I am I am so I want you guys to be able to see my face when I say this. I can't even be disappointed because we've been disappointed before. Everyone and everything is talking. America's not doing well right now. I can't even say I'm disappointed because when this person first got elected, I was disappointed. When George Floyd died and this person who got elected, their response and his followers' response, I was disappointed then. The way that they have rallied behind this, and the news kind of caught on to it too, and saying how they didn't see that many American flags out there. They saw all these Trump flags out there. Like this person has gotten this following that is outside of even like traditional, well, whatever we think traditional America is. Um, I it's a lot. It's a lot that I just want to unpack. I ain't about to rush myself. I'm about to give myself some time and have this little therapy lesson because I am surrounded by all kinds of people. What is amazing to me is that people can justify almost anything, right? It is like a cult. Um, and people sit there and uh, uh, okay, let me just talk about me. I'm just talking about my experience. I'm not looking for no back and forth. I'm not looking for no debate. I'm just talking about me as an individual. Is this. I have got to conduct myself in a certain kind of way because of the skin that I'm in. I have been told my entire life to take extra caution, extra information, extra care, extra everything. Like forget stepping out of line. Not only you better not step out of line, and when you step, you better step right and better than all those other people so they can at least know that you're equal. And just to be and it's one thing if people say, "Oh, that's all in your head, that's all in your mind," but and then you know it's not because it keeps things keep happening, it keeps showing, it keeps presenting itself, and just to really see that you're just being slapped in the face. Like, I mean, what does this country want African American people to do? I mean, we know what we ain't gonna do. I mean, but what y'all want us to do, y'all? I'm gonna say y'all as America sit up here and are like, oh well, they were the wrong place at the wrong time. They didn't belong in the neighborhood. They had on the wrong clothes. They should have obeyed the officer. And then you mean to tell me you can leave your house and invade the White House and you get to walk home? I'm, I have a problem. I'm trying to think about if I invaded the Galleria Mall, girl. And that's just the mall. If I invaded the mall, like what would they do to me? What would they not do? What would they not do? So I and then like I gotta go on my social media and really unfollow some people because the word polarizing is very important. We are in that time. I don't know how our culture has reached this point where there is a serious split in reality where we get to choose our own reality. I can be over here with my black woman experience. You get to be over here with your white girl experience. You get to be over there with your white man experience. And then we can go pull all of our own individual facts to go support our little experience. Today, when the news broke about everything that was going on with them storming the White House, I was on a work conference call, and I can clearly tell that the person who was doing it was a Trump supporter. And the first thing that they did was, I'm looking on CNN, she went straight to Facebook. That's problem number one. Like, I'm not here to tell anybody else how to live their life at all. That's like that's not for me. I can't tell nobody else how to live. But what I can say is facts are more important than feelings. And I don't know why people are allowing their mind to be conditioned to believe that feelings are more important than facts. I that is a toxic, negative, will get you nowhere. If you think that your feelings are more important than facts, we have nothing to discuss. What you believe should not be greater than an actual fact. Like I am sitting on this floor. That is a fact. Oh no, I don't believe that. I believe that you're girl bye. Like cut it out. Like and, and it's like there is a hard fact that we have never seen so in my lifetime, in my 37 years, that we have never seen so many protests and riots and just the mass amount of people trying to get something out and for black people, because other people don't feel our pain. Other races, they go conglomerate together. Every race think they better than black people. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like you would think that a lot of Arabic people would feel like me, or Mexican people, or Asian people. Oh no, oh no, oh no. That's not their experience. So here we go. We have our own experience up in this thing, but it is based on the facts of how we have historically been treated. Like it is beyond me that you can literally get gunned down and your killer be innocent because you was wearing a hoodie, carrying a bag of Skittles, walking down the street. Wait for it, wait for it. But if you don't have that same skin color, you can walk your ass all the way up the White House steps, storm the building, sit on somebody's desk, take selfies, take photos, and nobody shows up to sling your neck. I mean, like, I know without a shadow of a doubt, had that been a crowd of African American black people, on duty, off duty, ex military, Ku Klux Klan, they would have swarmed us. They would have swarmed. When I did the George Floyd protest, there were people like in like like legit a monster truck that was riding down the street trying to block out the sound of the people protesting. And this protest wasn't even a long protest because we walked from one point down to City Hall. So there was like an end point. Like there was like an end destination. End destination was City Hall. So we knew how far we had to go, and then that was it, right? There were undercover police officers in the crowd. There were police presence like on the side streets. And then at sundown, all you heard was all this thumping. I swear, almost every police officer in Houston was in full riot gear, stumping down the street. Like they came off of buses in full riot gear, stumping down the street, making their presence known. And it wasn't even sundown yet. It was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon because I remember it being so hot and having to get back to my car, and I forgot where I parked. And it took me an hour to get back to my car. But just that kind of energy when everything had been so peaceful. But this is how y'all ride up on us. But the news is showing it repeatedly how they acted and how they were dressed and how they stood outside that White House when it was for a cause that was African American. Now, what I don't like about it, and I'm not just playing a race card on it, what I don't like about it is that you are showing the world that if you have a certain skin color, you could run amok up in this country. You could come into the White House like how they found that pipe bomb, and you could do all kind of things over here as long as you don't look brown. That is man. They are sending a dangerous message because I have like a lot of Muslim friends, and you know how Muslim people were and that really does piss me off. How they really discriminated, profile, made Muslim and Arabic people, Indian people look like they're less than human, less than citizens, a threat, something to be attacked. We can't even wear our shoes. Um, we can't even wear our shoes through the airport anymore. Like you take all these precautions when it's people that are not white, but as soon as a white person do it, they get to just go home and sleep tight. Like they're like, oh, we got a curfew. What do they say? Oh, but these people are still in our city. Girl, bye. You would. You mean to tell me you have committed a crime, which the very person that told y'all committed a crime already passed a law that said if you commit this crime, you getting a minimum of 10 years. Um, I just don't understand how y'all got to walk home tonight. Like in all of my years of blackness, like you told me it was because we presented a threat, we looked angry or aggressive, or we were evading, or we were in places that we did not belong. In all of my years of blackness, this is the bullshit that is constantly fed to us. Outright bullshit. Like outright, like, oh, black people, they look aggressive, they look like they could do harm, or he was carrying a gun. Somebody like really set a pipe bomb by the White House today, and they detonated it, brushed over it, and still everybody walked home except for one lady who got shot. And I have no mercy. Like, I just, hey. I do think people are self destructing, and I do stand by the belief that the baby boomer white racist generation is like a dinosaur that's roaring, and they got to roar before it die out. I stand by that like 1,000%. But what is very shocking to me is the amount of white people or people who are privileged, not just white, but anybody who think they have a little bit of money, how they will side with the rhetoric of the current inciter, insurgent, whatever we're going to call him, this toxic force. They will side with that because they feel like it's something better. And maybe, girl, I could really like break this glass right now. I could break this glass right now because I am so tired of people trying to act like they are better than what they are. Bitch, you're nothing. You come from nothing. You have nothing. You don't even have the mind to get something. You're still struggling, but you acting like you have a nose to hold up and a chin to uplift and look down upon people. I don't have to pay, girl. I don't do me. Like I keep it very, very humble. You know what I mean? Because I can back it up. I don't have to act a certain way, but I like, and I say that bringing it back in is like those kind of people who are not even white. They want to sit up there and justify Trump. You not even white. You not even wealthy. What are you talking about? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. You're not white, you're not wealthy, but you want to be wealthy, so that's what makes you a Republican? That's the basis of evil. You will sell out your value system to get a dollar. Ri- Wow. And you think that's gonna make you money? Okay. 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 When do you not? That's how I know you ignorant. Number one, I know you're absolutely ignorant because there is no company that has ever started that says, "I just want to get people's money." I'm the um. She's talking crazy. So like there's no my nose is bothering me. I'm sorry. It was raining today and so my allergies kicked up. Um I need to be taking a hot shower, but my mind was just like blown away. But there is no company that has ever started and was successful saying that I just want your money. That's not how successful companies in America have ever made it. It has always started, we want to give back, or I recognized that there was a need and I wanted to help people who are like me, or I wanted to help people to uplift, or I wanted to put a smile on people's faces. McDonald's, Coca-Cola, anything you can think of that's big. We want to bring style to everybody. We want fashion to be affordable. We want you to feel good when you leave the store. They are that's the key. They want you to feel something. So if you think just because you feel like you want to be rich, that's going to make you wealthy. Like people are gonna buy your product. No, bitch, they're not. We're not buying nothing from you. And I am so tired of all these little scam sham businesses and people want you to support their business when you know your heart ain't right, your intentions are not pure. So I know you about to give me a crap product because you don't even give a damn about me as an individual if all you care about is money. I'm over it. Because a lot of people use that excuse who are not white as the reason why they vote Republican. Oh, I'm voting for the economy. Wait. Let's back this up. Since when in the fuck, if you are educated at all, should the economy be in the hands of a political party? You're ignorant. You're dumb. You are dumb. If you truly believe that the economy is in the hands of a political party, you are dumb. Yes, our government is intervening way too much, which needs to be a real educated conversation. If people are ready for that, we need to rehash the system. We need to scrap some things. I am very radical. I don't believe there should be one president. I believe that we need to elect a committee of seven on a spectrum, and one race cannot dominate. It has to be an equal, diverse committee because we can already see in the world that we live on that there's no absolutes, right? So why are we picking an absolute like good versus evil or my good versus your bad? No, we need to have a spectrum of thoughts. That's just my belief system. So I know that I am light years ahead of the ignorance of intolerance that people can set in their mind. And that's why let me calm myself down. Me, as a black woman, I take no shit. I can't take it from you, boo boo. When I get like my real house that I want to buy, I am gonna have a big old picture that says "I am my ancestors' dream." I watched the Ma Rainey, and people get upset when those kind of movies come out about like times past and racial inequality. They get upset and say, "Oh, leave that in the past. Why you bring that up? You guys are always trying to play the race card." Well, if y'all ain't play that motherfucking white card today, what did y'all play? And then people on social media are saying like, "Oh, the why doesn't the police show up so quickly when the KKK is running amok?" It's the same reason why Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana are never in the same room. You know what I'm talking about? Like, wait a minute. I'm sitting there at 1 o'clock, like, oh my God, the cell phones went off like 1 o'clock Central Standard Time. Oh, almost two, I think. The cell phone started going off like an hour later, and still the police were not out there like actively like subduing. Girl, I can't. Like that they put the up and oppressed with if you. Girl, bye. Let me go out my house acting aggressive. They done gave Trump his own flag, baby, and they waving it. And I have a problem with. I've always had a problem with Trump supporters. Like number one, I have a problem with politics. I have a problem with people who are believing in a system that they don't even know the ins and out about. Like I can partake in the system, but I'm not gonna sit up here and act um I'm not going to sit up here and act like, oh, I got all the answers. My way is right. And I'm not going to demean another person's experience. I'm not going to act like that there's no such thing as systemic racism. Like, fuck you mean? Fuck you mean? If people, if people don't see from this experience, and the news is showing it over and over again, hey, Terry, the news is showing it over and over again. If this is not a blatant example of systemic racism, look at the protests and the riots and the police and the National Guard interaction this summer versus right now. Like, even if I was not an American and I wanted to do something to America, I know who to recruit now. I know who to sit in now, and we know it don't take nothing but money to make y'all side with us. So it's a wash for me. It's a wash. I won't. I'm backing up off the news like I always do when heavy stuff happens, because like this is still not triggering me as much as the whole George Floyd did. Like that really did trigger me, and I literally felt like I was insane around that time period, because I had people very close to me like demeaning the situation, acting like it was no big deal. There had to be something more to it. Oh, if he would have just cooperated with the police, or maybe if he just would have stayed still, or we don't know if he had weapons on him. We hear all of this. We hear when anything comes to us, we are assigned with all of this 50 million questions like of what we could have done wrong. These people are out here like breaking the law. Y'all, I mean, like not even like breaking like a weed charge worth of law. Y'all are breaking like the highest federal law. Y'all are like disrespecting what we think we have. We think we have some order, and we think that there is a line that at least, even if the system is messed up, there is a potential that the system can work for me or look back at me and give me what they owe me. But if they sit up here and let these people make the system look like this, I like it's taking the hope from people like myself who work within the system. Why do I want to work within your system when you keep showing me you don't want me in it? When you keep showing me that I've got the bad hand. When you keep showing me that even if I have a good hand, you're gonna cheat it on me. It's like, come on. I cannot. And that's why, like, this whole year, like, I did not talk politics with people, especially people who are not of my race. I cannot. Because it disgusts me the fact that they don't see us. They don't see us. Like, how can you negate our experience? How can you not see what we've been through? How can you not know how smart, how intelligent, how talented, and how oppressed we have been, and how that affects us to this very day? There are people that would vehemently deny our oppression in 2021. They'd be like, oh no, you're not oppressed. Even fucking Kanye West came out and said slavery was a choice. They should have got over it and blah blah. And even Lil Wayne, little ignorant but something, he ain't never experienced any kind of racism. And it's like, really? Like what they watching? Felony sitting behind, yeah, sitting behind the chair. Yeah, we wouldn't have got past the door, baby. We really would have been like, they. I I don't know. I feel like my only solution is I turn my TV off. I can't watch it. I am gonna wait for them to arrest President Trump though, or whatever he is. I never called him the president until today. But I do want to see the first U.S. president really get arrested, because I do know that it is illegal to incite a riot. That is illegal. I think that we, as the African American community, need to do some research on our own history. When they talk about that, we have a serious major gap in authoritarian figures in politics. Research how they wiped out the Black Panther Party and their reasoning behind wiping it out. And it's so interesting, like how they can just go into somebody's home and shoot a man dead in his bed with his pregnant wife laying next to him because of connections and ties. And it's like, but is this not the same thing? But for real, y'all made some stuff up. But this is like in our face. This man told these people to march this. And then I feel like he is doing more damage to himself now, though. Now, since he started talking, I think is what could really incriminate him. Because as long as he was kind of quiet, it didn't seem like he was like in collusion. No surprise, Trump has been saying what he was going to do. Okay, okay. So since he made good on his promise, they need to go ahead and get the book of laws that they want us to live up under and throw it at him now, because he definitely, I know that is illegal. You cannot incite a riot. And if I was a good lawyer, I would be like, not only did he incite a riot like amongst people, disturbance of the peace, he incited a riot that targeted federal property. Okay? Since he made good on his promise. As long as he can get his ass up there and say he made good on his promise and that those promises are shown with the documentation, you done sold yourself up. The wheels are off. I'm going to wait on this one because they're going to have to do something because it just can't operate like this. Like, it just cannot. You're going to have so many people not want to be in this system. We'll be in this country, but we won't be in this system. Does that make sense? Like, there's a lot of different things you can do and not be in this system. Why should I pay my taxes to you guys? Who gonna, what y'all gonna do for me? Or why should I even go to work? Like, why should I not take advantage of benefits if you guys are gonna treat me like this anyways? He definitely incited a riot and kept his base at a fever pitch. The system is swaggering, swaying, falling. Lord, I don't feel like we're ready for this system to collapse. That's the crazy thing. Like you know how they say the revolution will be televised or the revolution will not be televised. When I saw that today, I was like, I'm not ready for the revolution. I'm not ready for the Civil War. Where's my backpack? Hold it down, people. If you have your same mind, hold it down. And if you know somebody, this is messages to white people. If you know somebody whose mind is ticky ticky boom boom, because I've been watching all those bomber shows, the Unabomber and the Manhunt, let these people know. Yep, I need my bug out bag ready. But let people know if you got a friend who just way off the reservation. Wait until tonight. DC is one of those cities where you cannot legally carry a gun. And then there's so many laws, just like laws against schools. There's like extra layer of laws for federal property. Like, you can do something that's not on school ground, but if you do it on school ground, it carries a heavier charge. So DC has like most of it is federal. The charges are already mounted just for doing the same act that you would do somewhere else, already ups it. So I mean, but I hate the word blame, but man, law enforcement, y'all already showing us all lives matter. Y'all want to make me feel like my life matter. he better be in handcuffs tomorrow. It better not be 7 days. It took Jesus 3 days to get up out that grave. Y'all better get that man up out of there in 7. We're gonna give y'all some humanly time, but he needs to be in jail because this is a bad precedent. And then like somebody said is the real con about this is that if he does not go to jail, you have given him a platform to fundraise and to organize. He has got to go to jail and he's got to do some time. He got to do some real time. He can't do a month or two. He got to do some real time. Now, I think my grandmother is crazy sometimes because she's very Bible, very Southern. She said he was the Antichrist, and I didn't believe her. What? Where are all those bricks stacked up? But I mean, like I've been watching my little Netflix shows. Okay, I watched the one. I think they're called the Manhunt series or Deadly. The first one is Deadly Games. That's a new one. That was about the Olympic bombing, which is the better one. And then there's one about the Unabomber, and all about the like catching these serial bomb people, right? And I love the FBI. Like, I really, when I was a girl, I wanted to be in the FBI. And then it's like, oh no, I kind of like the other side of life. Like, I have a fascination about intelligence. And it just behooves me how the FBI would sit up there and harass innocent Muslim women and children and teenagers, but y'all didn't get an invite to this rally? How? No, nobody in the FBI and the CIA, nobody got the invite. Nobody. Right there in Washington D.C. You mean to tell me you right in Washington D.C. and you did not get the invite? Nobody in the undercover. No, nobody who sit there and monitor all of our calls, our social media, flag our stuff. Nobody in the field office. Nobody got a tip off. Nobody crazy ex girlfriend called in and said, "Hey, Bub about to do something stupid." Like, y'all just gonna let the bubbles get out here like this? You mean to tell me nobody called the FBI, nobody called the CIA, nobody tipped them off. There was no tips. I mean, it took hours and out. You know what? I could have drove from here to New Orleans by the time the damn National Guard got right down there in Washington D.C. Like, what is happening? Oh my God. Like, I don't feel so bad it's taking me a week to determine my next hairstyle now. Shit. Who knows? Everybody taking their time in 2021. But I already know what I better not do is create any kind of public disturbance because we know they're going to be on. They'll be like, we were waiting for you. We already have all of your social media accounts. It's like, damn, really, y'all? Y'all can't get these bubbles together? Y'all gonna let them show us out like this? Oh my God, I can't stand it. I really cannot stand it. Today feels like a Friday to me. Like when I got the news, like it was like I said, like 1, 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. I call them like palate cleansers. Things have been happening to me lately where it's like so. I'm sure this is everybody, right? Where it's so unreal that your mind just goes, whoop, and then you have to like act like you in kindergarten again. Like, oh, 1 plus 1 equals. Well, I thought it was. Now you telling me that it's 57. Hold on, let me go. Wait. Like your mind just cannot even calculate what's being presented, and that's how I felt like. I'm glad that nobody was seriously hurt except for that one lady. I'm sorry that she lost her life. And but I am mad that they should have arrested them all. They didn't have to shoot them or anything, but all of them, it should have been like a mass sweep, like a boosh. Like they should have been like surrounded like cattle. They should have been surrounded like cattle by law enforcement and just filed in, herded into buses of just we're all going to jail together. Oh God. I hope the FBI and the CIA get the damn invites to these fucking riots because they definitely ain't get the one in Washington D.C. that stormed the White House. I know people getting fired. Girl, heads is rolling right now. So pray for your friends in the government jobs because they about to get some shaking up. All of this intelligence. The cabinet should remove the president now. Somebody started saying that 25th Amendment, because Pence is already, ooh, my leg's shaking. Pence is already trying to break away. Ooh, my leg is shaking. It's like, girl, we don't sit on the floor. What are you doing down here? It's so shaky. I was sitting kind of like in Indian style. Ooh, my feet can't take it. What's up with that? Um, some nurse, y'all tell me what that's about. What a way to start 2021, huh? Not even a weekend. But you know what? When he first got into office, it was like that too. Not even a week in, and he was trying to close the borders to all Muslim people. I will never forget that as long as I live. And that's why I always look at people crazy who do support him because you got a problem. You got a problem if you think that's right. I don't know if I like sitting on the floor because now I'm starting to see all kind of cracks and crevices that I never saw before. So I don't know. I think I'm mad for a reason. I don't feel like my anger is like misplaced anger. I think it's like, damn, you know what? Even for somebody like myself who really is trying to believe in the system and work within this system, y'all really showing me y'all don't want me. Y'all really showing me that I ain't nothing and futile. Y'all are really making all of my efforts very, very futile. I expect more. He is like a bad office worker trash. I mean, as we're tired of this. You know, when I think of him being, what was that, number 45? I think of him as a person, like, every time he says something disrespectful, like, to other people in politics or about the country, I think of him as like, I wonder how this will play out if I go talk to my boss like this. If I go talk about my coworkers like this openly, if I go tweet about my coworkers then it goes up higher than me, and I start talking craps to the higher up, I wonder how long it would take for me just to be outright homeless. And that's where some when it I really love that phrase that character matters. It really does. Even when you feel like it does not, it does, because we all want to be respected. Even he wants to be respected, you know. Um, and it does matter in the long term, even if it doesn't seem like it in the moment. And I hope the only way this can work out for me is that this will break some seeds and some chains, and that with more and more people like myself speaking up or feel like they're being called to act or being called to get involved, that we can really break some chains and really stop some things, like, so that there's absolutely no question about systemic racism and the depth that it dives into this country. Just that image of this summer, the troops outside the White House for Black Lives Matter events versus the people, the citizens, common man up the White House steps and in the office. The only difference was the race of the people. That's the only difference there. We can't even shout too loud, or y'all call it in the National Guard. These people storm the fucking White House, and y'all act like y'all gotta order a pizza and a Big Mac first. Was y'all smoking a blunt? Like, we about to smoke before we call them. I mean, what was y'all doing? Like, I know for a fact that if that had been us, every police officer, forget the National Guard, police officers who was in the area, wasn't even on the clock, probably just lived down the block, would have been there taking matters into their own hand, and would have been like, I just felt a call to duty. I just felt like I had to stand up for my patriotic rights and show America how we can be good. I already know it. Y'all know how they talk. They ain't even on the clock and they be ready to pull a Glock. Oh my God, I can't. But all of a sudden, y'all couldn't show up today. And we know why y'all couldn't show up, because y'all was in that crowd. And then it said that they got some of them, like, opening up the gates to these people very, like, peacefully. It's like, come on. Mm. I'm going to go watch something on TV that has already been solved. Because right now, this is an unsolved crime. I am waiting for the charges because a crime has been committed. And remember back in the day how they used to put trials, which they still do on C-SPAN, where they have like all the trial, like they don't cut the commercial. It used to be a dry trial, just dry. The judge is no joking, no entertainment. Just let I will watch every minute. I will sit there with my eyes open, watching all the papers just turn over, because this is crazy. You cannot do this to us, like. And what is it not that you cannot do? You cannot disillusion a generation of people by making them and taking them back to what their ancestors have already fought to overcome. That's like, it's worse than being in a bad marriage or with a bad man, when you really have your foundation like shaky or untrustworthy. That's a problem. That's a problem. So you can't really expect us to respect whatever it is y'all trying to sell us, because you keep showing us. You keep showing us. And that's why I really have a problem with other nationalities trying to think they're better than me. And that's something that I really have been praying about. Like, praying, because there is a such thing where they try to make us feel like that we are inferior, or we lack understanding, or we lack the intelligence or the fortitude. And it's like, no, boo boo, the system has been rigged, stays rigged. Oh, what system? There's no. And just like how I'm sitting up here talking and running my mouth and stuff like that, there are people on the opposing side. Like one girl, I need to go ahead and unfollow her. I follow her on Instagram because it's like a luxury channel or whatever. But then when the election came out, and she not even black, I mean, she not even white. She not even white. She not black either. She's some kind of Hispanic, Cuban at that. a proud Trump supporter talking about this been brewing up for a long time. This is the cause of both sides. It's like, for real, chick, for real, you that brainwashed. Like, no other race, political force has ever in my lifetime had the audacity to walk into the White House uninvited and rummage through rooms. Like, who does that? Who what? And you justifying? Y'all would justify anything, and I have a problem with that. I have to take that to the Lord. I have a serious problem with people's ability to justify wrongness. Like, maybe God said the same thing about me, girl. I be justifying a whole bunch of stuff too, but I'm not gonna justify hatred. I'm not gonna justify oppression. Those are some things I'm just not gonna justify. I'm not gonna justify selling my soul for $1 or cow tipping around beliefs for money. I'm just not about that. I'm just not. So, mm, this is 2021, the first week. Mm. Who knows what's gonna end up happening for the rest of the year? I hope this is it. And one thing I did notice was that they kept the Georgia not yeah the Georgia election was a really big deal right now, as we look back on this in history, and very controversial. And they kept those ballots rolling in, and they kept announcing who had won those races, and it swung heavily Democrat. So, and like I said, I'm not political, and I'm really not, because I don't even believe that what we all agree, right? No matter what side we're on, we all agree that this system is not working. We agree. Now, how we go about those changes is where all the disagreements come in, and I'm not in politics, so I can't tell you how far we can go with the revolution in a civilized manner. This is the last thing. What he has done is embolden them to take that white sheet off. Thank you for exposing the neighbors with the okay. I have a friend. There's a part of Houston. My leg is getting tired. Um, there's a part of Houston called Conroe. Conroe is one of those places that's out on the lake, and it's very pretty. But most people won't see it because you got to get past a whole hell of a lot of Trump signs and Confederate flags and all that kind of stuff to get back up in there. So you don't even want to go back up in there like that. You know what I'm talking about? But I have this friend, Hispanic, that bought a house over there, nice house, like very modern pool, everything, not far from the lake. And he had the audacity to put up a Biden sign on his house, like waving like a flagpole. Child, he said people was mailing him things. Um, he said he was getting mail, like no return address, like long letters, like telling him what they believed and what they were standing for and how he needed to take his flag down. And then he said he was cleaning out his pool, and I don't forgot how, but the guy could see him. It was a young white kid, and he's like, take that flag down. It's Aryan Nation out here. I'm like, Aryan Nation? But, it's just interesting. It's very interesting how we as African American people stand up for all races, but nobody really stands up for us. Even when everything was going on, we're your ally. Please note that allies are not friends. Okay, that's number one. That's not allies. Bitch, you my friend or not? Ally. Oh my God. Oh, jeez. I'm not, this is not my battle. We know who battle it is. Um, but I do live in this country. It definitely feels like the Middle East, or like how you see those third world countries that he calls shitholes, which is very amazing to me. What makes us not like those places is our ability to keep order. He doesn't eat, but like you, I eat always. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Anyways, I am going to go find me a solved crime on television as I wait for the current crimes to be unveiled. I will not get into the play by play because you can be wound up and keyed up. I'm gonna call my grandmother and tell her just how disgusted I am, and we're gonna chop it up for a minute, and then I'm gonna move on. Like, I'm not gonna move on because once I get mad about something, it's like, okay, now what can I do? Are we protesting this weekend? What day are we gonna protest? You know what I'm talking about? Like, and don't y'all come for us. Don't y'all come out now. Mm-mm, mm-mm. And we need to. We need to get out there and just, well, no, we don't. I do agree with the idea of we don't need to do nothing but just sit home and watch. Nope. I was going to cook some dinner tonight. I'm not going to do it. I am going to go, hopefully, get these sheets on the bed and go relax my mind and go from there and think about what kind of braid hairstyle I'm going to do. I need to do like 1,000 squats, but I can start off with 200. And I think that's how we all cope with things, is that we just go back into things that we can control, which are the most important things, because our lives are not meant to be lived for everybody else. This life that we're in, this journey that we're on, is for us. It's not for everybody else. My friend says, have the Aryan proud boy. They ain't going. They're not going. I want everybody to stay in their lane. I don't want nobody to come out their neighborhood. I want everybody to stay in their lane. You take everything out it productively. Don't even, because it's, oh, please don't let it escalate, Lord. That's why they need to arrest him for real. Because if they don't arrest him, that kind of stuff can happen. Where people like myself, and I'm wrapped kind of tight, but you got people who not wrapped tight feel like, oh, now I got to really take it into my own hands. Oh, God. Oh, my God. We can't let that happen. I'm not ready for the Antichrist. And my grandmother, she swear that's the Antichrist. She said it before he was elected, he was the Antichrist. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for it. I don't, Give us more time, Jesus. Give us more time, please, Lord. And I'm serious. Like, don't let this thing just unravel right now. I'm not ready for the unraveling. I'm not ready to go live up in the woods. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to be. Oh, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Oh, these people. Craziness. But that is enough for the day. I'm gonna go ease my mind and stop sitting on this ankle that I keep sitting on. Oh gosh, and I hope everybody has a peace of mind, because there's so much stuff going on to make you not have a peace of mind. So keeping it wrapped really tight. I'm definitely not ready for the Antichrist, because it's not like I'm not ready for the Lord. I'm not ready for the followers of the Antichrist and what I'm gonna have to do to defend myself against the followers of the Antichrist. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm not. Because I know he ain't gonna take me in the first round of the rapture, because he gonna be like, no, honey, you got work to do. No, I'm not ready for them to act up and make the cities like, oh, like that is like, that's why and I gotta go, because that's why it unnerved me this summer when all the protests turned into riots and things, because I think that's one of my fears, like, especially with us being like isolated and shut down, is that all of a sudden everybody's like in a riot, you're not safe in your home, people kicking in doors looking for supplies and stuff like that, like, and then the only people that survive are the people that like go out into like the wilderness, because like the city is just like too much chaos. And it's like, when I see things on TV, I know that sounds like really weird. It sounds like very much so like a childish nightmare. But then it's like, you start seeing this crazy stuff on TV and you're like, oh my God, is this it? Is this? No. I'm going to stop putting it off and get my butt to the gun range too. I can't with y'all. I can't. I just cannot. I need the Karens and the Bobs to really just say, we hate y'all. We hate y'all. We've always hated y'all, and we don't stand for what y'all stand for. I want them to just come out and just say it. Quit sugarcoating. We think we're better than you. We know better than you. Just say it. Don't keep acting like that we deserve the hand that we are being dealt, and then you letting these other people's scapegoat free in our face, and we wait to see what they're going to do next. God, I'm going to call the FBI myself. I'm going to be like, you know that black man y'all watching? I got 5 white guys I want y'all to watch instead. Y'all come to my house and talk to me about it. come talk to me about it. Just crazy though. Just like, oh my God. I just these people. Bye y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.